Good morning, everybody. This is Christy. I am the Intimate Warrior. I thank you so much for stopping by, and as always, I send you love. Today is still November the 9th, and I will be posting this video November the 10th. I had a deeper understanding and also forgot to mention certain aspects of the messages that I have been receiving lately. That is in relationship, of course, to the 1111 Gateway. So I ended up seeing the heavens open within a square, and there were 4 beings that were present. One had a set of wings that were attached to them, and they all ended up walking on this cloud where this opening in the heavens took place, where God's hands raised them up, 2 within each hand, and raised them to go into another doorway, gateway, that again opened from the clouds in a square. I think I want to begin speaking about the wings, because we will, within our growth process, develop wings. When we are working and growing, learning, shedding, as we learn and evolve, we will develop our wings. These wings will be much larger when we are early on in our process, because these wings have to carry you upward. They have to carry you upward in your tree of life through the separate levels of heavens, where you learn all about who you are. This is, of course, the completion or the process of building your temple, the process of constructing and building a healthy and vibrant tree. It is the King Solomon's temple. It is you, of course. And then when we get to a certain level, we will begin to lose the wings. And I think this might also be a point where we end up feeling disconnected again. And I'd never thought about this early on, during this time frame, where we lose that first set of wings. By this time, you have grown and understood so much about your path that now you're ready to receive another set. So perhaps you have lost your wings, and now you're feeling a little bit separated, but still loved and guided to move forward. Now we are going to be receiving smaller wings. Yet these wings have more power, because now we no longer are heavy within our frame. We are lighter than what we were when we first began our journey. And these new wings, of course, are still going to function as taking us higher to where we need to be. So we are receiving our new set of wings that we are receiving as a part of a gift, because we have passed a certain amount of initiations. And so moving from the heavens opening, and as I was doing all of this research several days ago, I ended up finding Bible verses about this in God's hands. And now I can't find it. So I apologize for that. And I am still going to try to find those Bible verses. I like to tie things in from Scripture to experience to divine wisdom, other people's lives, and tie them in together so that we all can know that. And especially for myself, when I used to read the Bible, I would feel awkward because I didn't understand it, or because of an experience in a church religious background where the Bible is used as a form of harm instead of as a form of love. And so I like to bring it into my messages as often as I possibly can, to really remind you that the Bible is the true word. But man has taken the true word and used it incorrectly. The Bible is so symbolic and so hidden in its meaning that it takes someone to wake up to understand it. And I have never really understood it until my awakening process. It's something that I have avoided. So having said that, when I saw the heavens open up with that square, I knew exactly, and it had two squares, a lower square, so a lower level of heaven, and ascending to a higher level of heaven. And of course, Jesus did say that there are several layers of heaven, and he is going to pave the way. But also, the layers of heaven, as I have stated, are the levels within our temple, our holy temple, that make up the tree of life. The levels that you have to understand all about who you are, what makes you dark and light, and what is difficult in your earthly life that you are not handling well, your past, etc. Everything. You know what that is all about. And so, constructing again that cube, two squares, again, make up a cube. But then, I also mentioned in my other previous video, my very first 11:11 video, I also expressed that the 4 pillars create the rhombus, the triangle. And now when you are thinking of the Great Pyramids, in its full dimension, the top part of the pyramid that we can see is 4 sides, 4 faces. You're building it, and then where it sits flat within the ground, on the ground, you have the 4 squares. The square merges to a triangle. Now underneath the earth, where we can't see, is still another layer of a triangle. These are both a representation of masculine and feminine energies, the upward facing and the lower facing triangles. This is that diamond grid that I have been speaking about as well. That diamond grid that radiates outside of us, that is connecting us from the heavens and below. And this is also our Merkaba. So the pyramids are not only reflected on top of the ground, but are too reflected underneath. The pyramids are 2 triangles that are nesting on top of each other, one in a feminine characteristic while the other masculine, one visible, one invisible. The inability to see the lower part of this pyramid or rhombus, an example and a symbol that something lays hidden. And we must remove the dirt or uncover the hidden aspects of ourselves until the full construction becomes visible. Within the construction of this Great Pyramid, you'll notice that it has 4 sides, 4 on top and 4 buried underneath the ground, 2 squares touching, uniting the 2 pyramids. This is that 0-point energy. This is also the connection around the solar plexus area. And a couple of questions I want you to kind of reflect on with this 11:11 approaching. Because we receive according to the work we have completed, the work that we understand. How much have you done up to this point that you understand, that you have healed from, that you have let go of? And how much further are you willing to go afterwards? After this 11:11 gateway closes. Be honest with yourself. Honesty is the best policy and will always move you forward gracefully. If you are not dealing with things, if you are not understanding things, if you are complaining about things, if you are hating how things are working out, be honest. Now you have a chance to flip it. You have a chance to see what is invisible within you and make it show up within light, a reflection. And that is the reflection part, and that is what I also expressed here. That the pyramids are not only reflected on top, but underneath the ground. A diamond reflects. Now, isn't that what the 11:11 and 11:11 is representing here? A reflection of numbers? You can achieve and receive as much as you are willing to let go of and understand. Complete surrender is so necessary. Full awareness of how you are thinking and feeling is so necessary. Now, I'm going to mention that there are a couple of dates here that I am going to be expressing. I have a video that I'm going to probably make within a few days, or upload within a few days, about November the 12th, I believe. Information has come in about that and the connection to it within our temple. 12:12 and 12:21. Now, a lot of people are already talking about 12:21 being the new, the time of when we awaken to the age of Aquarius, which we have already been moving towards. Anyway, but the 12:12 are numbers, a reflected number, or a number that numbers that are the equal or the same make up your Merkaba. The heart in the center is your heart, makes it a 13. And I've already made a couple of videos about that, but as more information comes in, I will give you more understanding. Now, I am an individual that if information comes in related to the planets, I will give it. I am more of an internal, spiritual, intuitive person, whereas mine is all about inner knowingness type of understanding and updates. And I often do my research pertaining to planetary alignment when necessary. I often don't need to, because I trust in the information that I am given and being guided towards. So I know that the 1111 and the information that I'm that I am receiving is pertaining to the 1111, and I trust it. I know that it is for that. And so now another number, of course, is a 1221, and I'm only going to say that is a mirrored number. Mirrored, and I've already expressed what the reflection mirrored means. This, when we are mirroring ourselves, we are mirroring our emotions, mirroring our thoughts, and therefore creating. We're going to see in our own reflection in the mirror what we are giving off, or what we believe to be true. Now, leading up from that point, of course, there's always going to be greater information here, but it's all about your perception. This is Christy. Much love, health, and healing away. I am bringing purpose to your life. Take care.